Welcome to Stop, Drop, and Breathe, student-created mindful routines. Mindfulness is widely recognized as an effective strategy to calm the body and mind. This action research project explored how girls could independently access mindful strategies when facing daily challenges.
Hi, my name is AnnMarie Zigrossi, and I'm the learning strategist at St. Clement's School. This project examined why students were not independently accessing taught mindfulness strategies when faced with challenges throughout their day.
This research was conducted with a group of grade 3 students at an all-girl independent school in Toronto, Canada. St. Clement's School is located in Midtown Toronto. Approximately 465 students aged 6 to 18 attend the school. St. Clement's School is a small and close knit community where each student is known and valued. Lingwell is a full school approach at St. Clement's School that works on developing social emotional skills and curriculum and supports and nurtures students throughout the school. When thinking about the GARC theme of the Global Reset, I decided to focus on my teaching of social emotional skills after the pandemic. My experiences of online teaching revealed that girls had difficulty using taught strategies, resulting in higher anxiety and a lower ability to respond to challenging situations. I quickly realized the need to adjust my teaching. Guided by this research, I focused on self regulation and resiliency, which are teachable social emotional skills that are both measurable and highly effective in promoting student well being. Keeping this in mind, my research question was: how might co creating a mindful routine improve the grade 3 girls' self regulation skills and build resiliency? I began this project by asking the students what strategies they were already accessing. In the following clips, you will see how some students were already practicing mindfulness independently, while others were relying on adults around them for support. You will also notice that the girls were keenly aware of the times when mindfulness practices would be beneficial.
Well, when I cry, I go to my room and then I basically talk with my stuffies, pretending they're like real animals.
And how does that make you feel?
That makes me feel like calm, and I get to go back to the thing I wanted to do, and then I succeeded. Sometimes at home when I make a craft using paper, I sometimes mess up and get really frustrated. Then I go to my parents and then they help me and they slow the video down. And then I try a few more times and then I get the thing. When I get maybe a little angry or stressed, I'd maybe read a book myself outside of my special near my special tree.
And you use the word stress. What does that mean?
If you're, for example, if maybe I was doing this hard thing and I didn't know what to do, and I was like kind of not angry, but like it was pushing me, that's the word stress.
Through the process of learning, I took on the facilitator role throughout the project. The girls first explored mindful activities. Then they built their individual mindful routines. They spent time testing and evaluating their choices. And then, once created, the girls participated in their mindful routines each morning and at other times of the day when needed. A collection of storybooks related to self regulation, resiliency, and mindfulness were provided, and the students chose which ones they wanted to explore. The girls took notes on what they had learned from these books and later shared their findings with their peers. Through teacher facilitated class discussions, the girls proposed and came to a consensus on 5 categories to frame their mindful routine: breathing, meditation, movement, gratitude, and positive affirmation or self talk. Once the girls had chosen the categories, I created a Google Doc that included a number of resources or practices for each one of them. Through exploration and experimentation, the girls tested various practices from each category and self reflected in their journals on the effectiveness of these practices. The girls tried out various breathing activities to see what would work best for them. They researched and noted in their journals which breathing activity was most effective for them. The grade 3 students participated in various meditation practices. In their journal, they reflected on how each practice made them feel. This is an example of a journal entry for meditation. This student commented on how each practice made her feel. As a class, we tried out many yoga poses. In their journals, the students reflected on how this made their body feel. Here is an example of a student's reflection page. She has starred the poses that she wanted to include in her mindful routine. For the gratitude component of the mindful routine, the girls chose to include a gratitude jar. Each day, they reflected on something that they were grateful for. They wrote it down on a piece of paper and put it inside the gratitude jar. The girls also chose to keep a gratitude journal and would write down things that they were grateful for that day. In the shared Google Doc that the girls used as a resource, there were a number of videos demonstrating various positive affirmations. The girls watched these videos and then chose the ones that resonated best with them. The students worked in pairs when completing this task so that they had the opportunity to talk about their positive affirmations and why they chose the ones they had.
I am generous. My voice matters. I am smart. I am here for a reason. I am brave. I am kind. I can create anything.
After a number of days of exploring various practices, the students then built their personalized mindful routines by including one or two practices of their choice for each category. Once the students had built their mindful routine, time was allotted for each student to try their routine out several times while making adjustments until it felt right for them. Think about what you. Pardon? It worked for you before? Do you want to put it in and then maybe next time try it, or you want to try a different pose?
I'm going to try child.
Okay. Here are examples of mindful routines created by the grade 3 girls. Here are the grade 3 girls participating in their mindful routines. Halfway through the project, I asked the girls to reflect on how they felt about doing their mindful routines. The following are samples of their reflections.
My favorite part of the mindful routine is body scan because it makes me feel calm and happy, also not worried.
My mindful routine made my body and mind feel calm. I did it at recess because someone was being really mean to me. My routine has always helped me feel better. My mindful routine makes me feel good because I get calm when I do it and I feel better when something is not making me feel good. When something did not go great today, I used it and it really helped. My mindful routine makes my body feel calm and clears my mind. I have been doing it every school morning and when I am mad. My mindful routine makes my body feel like it's new. My mindfulness routine makes me feel like I'm on a fluffy cloud. And I was doing my routine, my body felt like it was in cement. It was still as a stone. And when I was going to come up, but I couldn't. I do my routine when I need some time by myself or if I have nothing to do. My routine helps me many times. I mean, a lot, a lot, a lot.
I also conducted interviews at the midway point, and here are some examples of responses that the girls provided at that time.
So at home, I had to do piano, and I kept on getting the notes wrong. So I went to my room, I did some meditation, and when my mom finally found me in my room, she asked me what I was doing, and then that kind of cheered me up. She asked me what I was doing, and then I said, I'm doing my meditation I learned from school.
Awesome. And then how did you feel about piano? Did you go back to the piano?
Yeah.
And what happened?
I felt like more calm, and then I was ready to play.
Here are some end reflections provided by the girls. By observing each girl build her own mindful routine, it became evident that the processes of critical thinking and self reflection were essential to the ownership and autonomy of this project and the development of some self regulation and resiliency skills. Every student commented on the positive emotional outcome that is connected to participating in her mindful routine, and therefore they were eager to use the technique at other times in their day when they needed to bounce back. As the students began to recognize the positive emotional response generated by their mindful routine, they became more comfortable using the routine in other parts of their day to help them self regulate their emotions. The project indicated growth in the development of resiliency skills and an understanding that various techniques, such as the mindful routine, are helpful in managing difficult situations. In conclusion, the results indicated that students independently accessed this tool to support them through regular daily challenges, such as working through feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, resolving conflicts with peers at recess, and managing anxiety at competitive sporting events. The girls articulated the positive impact of using their mindful routine and how they plan to use this tool in the future. These mindful routines were used as tools for self regulation and demonstrated the development of resiliency skills that students can access throughout their lives to enhance their well being.